Hi, my name is Eric Fairbanks, and today I'm going to be presenting a video on Dr. Andrew Gannon's Martial Arts Club. The club focuses on all-around martial arts. It is essentially the liberal arts of martial arts, in a sense that it combines all different aspects of different martial arts, and it combines it into one style that allows you to be open to all of them, but not focus too much on one thing and not the other. It helps you understand if this is something you really want to do or not. The form is called Chung Nu, and it is made by Dr. Andrew Gannon's former teacher, or former master, I should say. And he's been training in that form for about 40 years, and he's taught others in that form who eventually gone on to have their own dojos and eventually teach their own students. Naturally, it opens you up, it spreads you out, and it allows you to understand these different things about the different forms that you might be particularly interested in but never knew existed. It's a versatile form all around, and it's great for both hand-to-hand combat as well as armed combat and ranged combat, just depending the type of combat that you're more akin to. The first section of the video is going to be about, just stretching. The stretching process that they have done themselves takes around 6 minutes. But it focuses on aspects of the body that aren't usually touched upon. We won't spend too much time in this section. I'll show maybe a couple of minutes, maybe 2, 3, maybe 4 minutes of them stretching here, and then move on to the real section, which is the bow staff. First section is called the short bow, or the short bow staff. It is a bow staff that's broken in two, and it becomes then a two-wielding weapon that you can use. Though it loses range of a normal regular bow staff would have, it does increase versatility, and it does help you be more agile. And with this being able to dual wield, but in this section you can see that Sensei Alex, she is training in this section because she has an important test coming up. And this test will test her mastery in the short bow staff, and how well she's come with it, how far she's progressed, and showing how much time she spent using this weapon. Now, throughout this type of training, these tests will test you both in unarmed and armed combat. The tests essentially show how far you've progressed in that instrument that you are particularly taking up at the time. So should you take up a bow staff, you will eventually get a test on if you know how to wield the bow staff properly or not. These tests can be very hard because you will have to fight probably multiple amounts of enemies. You'll have to fight at least 2, maybe even 3 at times to show you can really handle yourself in a situation of being jumped should the situation call for it. Overall, though, in this, I definitely think that her form could be more refined. It could be a little bit better. It could be a lot more sharper. But one of the better things about this the style that Dr. Gannon is particularly taking interest in and has been doing for 40 years, is that it is more suited towards you. It's more suited to how you would fight in a normal circumstantial setting. It's not just one person has one form and everybody has to follow that one thing. No, it's something that specifically works for you. It specifically works for you. And so that's essentially what she's been doing, is developing ways with the short bow of how to deflect enemies, dodge enemies' attack, but it's with her own way of how effective it can be. And with this, she eventually does. Her form is good. It is very refined and very sharp, but it does need more improvement in etching up in places. But with that, we will move on to our next section. Sorry about that. Next section, and that will be with a knife, the knife section. Now we're on to the knife section, or the knife portion of the video. And to be 100% clear, this is not a real knife. It is a fake knife that they use to train in that type of combat. She's using the bow staff to deflect all of the attacks and trying her best not to get hit. And I will say she's having a pretty tough time with this, because the way she's trying to deflect it and maneuver it is not really the most effective way, in my opinion. Of course, there's more ways to do it, but like I said earlier, this is just a way. Her doing this is her way of doing it. It's how she prefers to do it, so I can't really speak up in that regard about that. But you can see that she does eventually overcome, and eventually she starts to realize what she can do to get out of those situations with the knife. And all in all, it's a relatively short time with the knife, due to the fact that it's not, she won't really be fighting many opponents with knives in the test in that regard, but she will be fighting opponents with weapons similar, if not the exact same weapon that she's using, which would be the short bow staff. That was about it for this section, and we'll move on to our second to last section of the video, which will contain tonfas, which I'll explain with that portion. The weapons here that Dr. Gannon pulls out are what are known as tonfas. As you can see, they're mainly arm guards. They protect the underside of the arms and are mainly defensive tools, but can be used offensively should the user given enough time with the instrument understand how to effectively wield them. And again, this is another instrument that Sensei Alex, she was having a pretty rough time with, I would say, trying to do some type of jumping around blocking mechanism to not get hit with those as well. And again, and I hate to just be this guy to disagree, but it was another simple solution that she could have done in this instance, but again, it's not my style of how I want to fight, so it's her style, is how she wants to do that, and it's fine, that's understandable. But with the rest of them as well, she does eventually overcome. She does eventually understand how to get past her opponents and how to protect herself in this instance. And with the analysis that she has under her wing, it's almost as if the tonfas were never out, because this was relatively a short little time with these weapons, because she pretty much understood right away what she needed to do. But with that now comes to the concluding thoughts of the video. So I will see you over there. This is the concluding thoughts of the video. Being there and watching them was just a great opportunity that I was given. The energy in the room just stayed lighthearted. It didn't become serious. It didn't become annoying or overbearing. It was just it was them taking it seriously, but still having the humor, fun, loving attitude that makes the community. And it was very exciting to finally get to sit in and watch and understand what I will be doing for my e-term next semester, the month before the next semester starts up, and understanding that you don't have to be serious all the time in the thing you're doing. You don't have to take yourself super seriously, because then you won't really have fun. You won't really understand the purpose really of why you're there. And it's pretty much just to have fun, but to also get a sense of a way to protect yourself, a sense of community, people around you who won't judge you and will understand and will help you grow in a sense of martial arts combat, and as well as self exploration about who you want to be and why you're doing what you're doing. And it helps with the mental state a lot, and it helps. And not only that, but it will also help you form bonds with other people. It helps form bonds with other senseis, and just all around. It's an incredible time there. It was amazing, and I definitely think that that's a great career choice to be in, and it's a great e-term, and cannot wait, along with other students who were there at the orientation for e-term. They are very excited, as long as I am as well. Along with me, I'm quite excited with this, and I just can't wait, and it'll be fun. Thanks for watching.